Yeah, 2. Yeah. Is there a mark up there? The umpire wants to know when they kick a goal, when they start.
Oh.
What's the signal?
No, it's nothing to do with us.
Nothing?
Just go. Just keep going.
All right.
Thanks, Jake. Huge game in store for us out at Nightcliff today as Smith and Lions go head-to-head in the ruck. Good clearance there from Nightcliff. They move it forward early, looking to attack. Mopping up there for St Mary's, pushing it out wide, although it looks like it's coming back now as the ball heads inside 50. Nearly the mark there. Yeah, it's going to be paid a mark.
You can see there, Nick, Brodie Philo with two very nice early touches. One of the competition's premier players coming back into this Nightcliff side recently, and geez, he's had an influence on the game early.
So ball in dispute here. Umpire says he's going to ball it up. Timmy, how do you see this one unfolding, mate?
You know, really interesting. Obviously, Nightcliff just coming off the two losses, and St Mary's coming in some form with 2 wins. So, yeah, it's a real battle at the moment. Both sides have lots of changes, so we'll see how they both go.
Smith with the dominant tap down. It's a nice little handball out there. Rioli in pursuit of the ball. Just sits on the Nightcliff play. Umpire says play on. Gets a kick away. Josh Cheek goes without the pill, and Nightcliff are away here. Cam Eilert dances around a few, dances around about 3 or 4, gets a handball inside. Bit of a hospital hand pass. Umpire says play on. Could have been throwing. Saints are away inside 50 now. Here's a 100 gamer, Raf Clark in a good contest. Rioli wins out that battle. Over to Clark. Can Clark kick his first in the 100th? He does. What a goal, Raf Clark, the start that he wanted.
Well done to Raf Clark. 100 games, looking to make an early impact on it as well, and he's done exactly that. Tricky little angle and just worked his way onto the right foot, and that is a perfect start for St Mary's, especially in this big game against Nightcliff.
Yeah, probably traditionally Raf's normally played across half back, but this year he's pushed forward. He's the second leading goal kicker for St Mary's with 5 goals already this year, and obviously a perfect start for St Mary's, and Raf Clark kicking his first goal.
Yeah, that's just great work for Raf. That'll settle his own nerves. I know a lot of his family has come up. His brother Xavier's here today to watch the game. His sister Frances, I think, is in hospital having a baby at the moment as well. So a shout out to Frances, but great work there to Raf Clark and a good start for Saints.
So Philo with the clearance for Nightcliff, and a nice kick and a nice grab there to Paddy White.
Yeah, Paddy White was absolutely instrumental a couple of weeks ago for Nightcliff. He's had a great season so far. He's very versatile, can play up forward and also down back, and he's been one of Nightcliff's best this season, and making an impact early this game as well.
So White on the approach. Sets sail for home. Gets some good purchase on it, and he's opened up the scoring for Nightcliff. So it's 1 goal apiece here at Nightcliff Oval.
Yeah, Paddy White has just brought that one back beautifully. There is a slight breeze here. It's not really to benefit anyone, but it's just swirling around a bit, and then Paddy White's just brought that one back around beautifully. And we thought that this game was going to be a good contest, and we've certainly got one so far. So this is great signs for the game ahead.
Yeah, no, start off really well. Paddy White also does a great job with the club. Coaches the under-18 boys out here as well, and I know he's a real good club man, and that's his 9th goal for the year, so he's obviously been a really key forward for Nightcliff this year.
You can watch him. He'll go into the middle and he'll spend some time down back today. As I said before, he's very versatile. They've used him mostly up front, and he's a great marker up front as well. So he'll be very valuable to them today. Ryan Smith gets the tap there. He's been very good early as well, giving Saints most of the time the first use of the footy.
So a bit of a scrap on in the middle, although Saints come away with the ball inside 50. It's going to be downfield here to Raf Clark, is it? Yeah, so Raf Clark's got the ball out about 55 out. I don't know if he's got it in his hamstrings. He looks to pass it off. And a beautiful kick and a beautiful mark hit up target there in Matthias Liddy. So
Matthias with a nice little lead there, stocky gent, and he's managed to put it nicely into that forward pocket, and it'll be good to see if he can basically kick it from that same sort of spot that Raf kicked it just a short time ago.
So Liddy on the approach, on the boundary. Set sail, it looks good off the boot, and it's just away to the left. So Saints 1-1-7, Nightcliff just the one goal, 5 minutes played in the first quarter.
One thing that I've certainly noticed so far is Saints' ability to get it inside 50 and hit their target. They've been pretty atrocious at that so far this season, something that Saints themselves have said, that they've played some nice football but then struggled to hit their targets inside 50, and right now they're looking pretty good at that, and that'll be encouraging signs as they continue to go forward.
It's good signs there from Ryan Smith. He just had a bit of hustle on the mark there and balls turned over, and we've got a throw in Saints attacking 50 as the ball's thrown in. Good battle there, and the ball's back over the line. We'll have another throw in.
Maybe a tactical play there, the only shady spot on the entire field really, and the guys have gone in that forward pocket for St Mary's. They might try and spend as much time as they can, because it is very, very warm out here today. We had the large storm last night, so it is a little bit damp underfoot.
So Coombs with the handball out. It's a bit scrappy here in the forward line. Raf with a nice spin. That's Raf Clark. Gets the ball forward, and the
McMurray's tried to get a quick tap on it, just didn't quite have enough room there to spare. But Saints certainly dominating the early territory so far this game.
So Smith and Lyons do battle in the ruck once again. Rioli in there on the deck, and in the back of a shot on goal just 20 metres out.
He's a great set kick, Shannon Rioli, so pretty much 20 metres, 25 metres out and almost right in front. You'd think that he's a pretty good chance of knocking this one through, Timmy.
Yeah, I reckon Nathan Brown's not too happy standing your mark there. I think it was a bit unlucky, really. He did take the man down to the side, and I think old Shannon did take a little bit of a make it look definitely for the umpire, but you reckon you jack back Shannon in every time from here.
So Rioli with a set shot on goal, looks good off the boot. Umpire dances around, and it looks good. Yep. Shannon Rioli's got the second for St Mary's, so they move to 2-1-13. Nightcliff, just the one goal, Jake.
Well, in big games, big players need to stand up, and the two co-captains have done exactly that and kicked a goal apiece. So Rick Nolan will be very happy with that indeed. You can see the replay here going down. Nathan Brown, probably didn't do a lot wrong there, just trying to get the player, but they'll take it, St Mary's, and as I said, the two co-captains have kicked a goal apiece, and much better start. They've been getting off to some slow starts, St Mary's, so they'll be very happy with how this one's progressed so far, especially in front of Nightcliff's home crowd. Sometimes the home crowd can get to you a bit. You're playing on an oval that you're not familiar with, so they'll be very happy with the start.
So we're back underway. Centre wing, St Mary's with another inside 50. Liddy sits under it. He's got it. Great mark.
Stocky gent gets up. That's a great grab. I love him. He's a favourite of mine already, Matthias Liddy. That is a great grab. Used his strength, and just had a bit too much time and a bit too much strength there. And he missed his one before. It was a much tougher angle than this. So let's see if he can put the Saints up another goal here.
So Liddy on the approach. Boot goes to ball. Umpire doesn't move. They've got their third here at Nightcliff Oval.
Yeah, and the boys are getting around him as well. Pretty happy for Matthias there. And as we've said before, you know, geez, this has been a quick start to this match. We've got 4 goals in the space of 8 minutes. It's a great hit rate, and we could have a very high-scoring game if this continues. But again, I think it was Coombs there getting out of the ruck, first use for St Mary's, and just did the right thing and got the ball on the boot, and Liddy did the rest. And that's exactly what the St Mary's players and Coach Rick Nolan will want to see.
Yeah, I reckon there might be a few goal breeze coming down this way as well. Obviously, standing up here in the balcony, we get a good feel of it, and I reckon there might be 1 or 2 goals in it.
Well, again, if they keep getting out of the middle like they just have here, it won't matter how breezy it is, because Saints are doing it easy out of the middle, as well as we get a ball in contention, and yeah, that one's gone through for a minus score. But Nick, at the moment, what's it going to take for Nightcliff to try and, I guess, settle the nerves a little bit?
Well, I think they just need to get their hands on the pill in the middle, Jake. We've seen the last few centre clearances going St Mary's way, and ultimately they get the ball, they go forward and they score. So Nightcliff just needs to take a bit of time here, keep possession as they turn it over.
Hasn't Michael Coombs had a great start to this game?
He's off to a beauty.
Didn't play the first couple of rounds, and geez, it looks like St Mary's missed him, because he's been sensational today out the middle, and a great intercept mark there.
Hands off to Raf Clark, and Raf Clark hits up Shannon Singh in the pocket.
Yeah, I reckon Ricky Noll will be really happy with the forward line pressure at the moment. He's really managing to turn the ball over for Nightcliff here at the moment and give his players a second chance.
So it's pinged over the back here, and it's rushed through for a behind there to St Mary's. So St Mary's moved to 3-3-21. Nightcliff, 1 goal straight, 6.
Huey McMurtry might have had a chance to chuck the right boot on that one while it was on the ground, but obviously just evaded him. Nightcliff doing well to get themselves out of their inside 50 here. So
Cossack.
Oh, nice little left.
Nice little dance around there. Hits up the target in the middle of the ground through Joel Cross. He gives it off. Nightcliff away here. Bit of room to move here.
Yeah, Matt Tresiak with a little bit of time and space. Didn't really use it, and Johnny Anstez manages to get his hands on it and get out of space. You can see Jack Musgrove a long way up the ground here. You can see how into it the crowd is in here. It's a great thing about community footy, about suburban footy, and yeah, St Mary's looking to get up into that inside 50 area again.
Big fly over the back, but it's hands in the back, according to the umpire. Little Morris Jr. Rioli having an early fly, just putting the hands in the back there. Much hype about Morris, the 15-year-old from Tiwi Islands. He's off to a good senior start.
Yeah, I think there's the hype's there for a reason too, Nico. Geez, he's a great player to watch, and you said when he fills out a bit and gets a little bit stronger, he's going to be an absolute force. Whether he goes on and has a very successful career here in the top end, or, as I would like to predict, much bigger and better things. But yeah, he's certainly been impressive in his league debut, in his league career so far.
So St Mary's sort of have the ball under control, although Nightcliff win the ball back only for a second. Bit scrappy here at centre half forward for St Mary's. Ball spills out now. Patrick White gets the handball over the top. Caleb Walker. Bit of a kick and a hope. Push out there to Shannon Rioli. So Shannon will have a kick right in the middle of the ground at Nightcliff Oval.
They've been a quick spread here out wide from St Mary's, but they've ended up kicking it to the contest, a 2-on-2 here. Jack Musgrove doesn't quite have the legs, and will go out for a boundary throw-in. Certainly the skills have been good so far this game. Pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, it's a fairly fast-moving game. I notice now every time it comes into the St Mary's forward line, they really do push all their numbers right down, and Johnny Anstez obviously straightens them up out the back there, and he reads the play so well. The last couple of forward entries he's been able to pick off.
So yeah. Smith with the tap down. Good work there from Paddy White, although run down. Umpire says play on. Geez, that's holding the ball every day of the week.
Yeah, lucky to get away.
And the ball
with that
gets...
one, the St Mary's players have all got their hands out going, what else do we have to do to get a free there? But hands in the air, and that'll go out.
We had 3 to 4 steps and then they got run down. So anyway,
maybe payback for the first one, you think, maybe?
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
umpires? You
I'll
reckon,
cop
or
that,
should we
Timmy.
give them that first one?
I will cop that, my friend, as the ball's thrown back into play. Smith with the nice hit down to Liddy.
Liddy, watch
Here's
him.
Jake's man. He just throws it out. Nathan Brown, he heads outside of 50 for Nightcliff now. Farron James on
geez,
the...
that's a lovely bounce and read.
He's done well there, Farron James. Bit of noise from over the boundary. There's a handball
it's spilled out
He's
there.
away here, St Mary's. And the ball's out of bounds.
Yeah, they probably should have done better there, Nightcliff coming out. They had a 3-on-1 advantage on the wing here and just sort of rushed the play a little bit and just needed to control their ball movement and use the right option, and they just rushed it and then St Mary's were able to pick it off again.
Looks like Raph Clark might even be playing a bit more on ball now as well. Certainly started up forward and he's definitely trying to get around the ball a bit more. Josh Cheeks moved forward for a rest.
They paid the throw here. So Nick Mendy with the kick inside now. Nathan Brown attacks it well. A flick over the top, and we got a boundary throw in the forward pocket for St Mary's.
Yeah, Raph Clark definitely did a little bit of ruckman when he was playing with NT Thunder as well. Just that sort of push him in the middle for a little bit. He's so good around the packs in his voice and his instruction and leadership. And I'm sure, obviously, what St Mary's are doing here today as well.
Yeah, exactly right.
So the ball back into play. Raph positions himself nice, puts a nice little tap on. Here's a good battle.
Yeah, the two they've had plenty of games together, those two, John Anstez and Cameron Islet, now in different uniforms. Johnny Anstez coming a long way up the ground and saying, no sir, my friend, you are pretty well and you're not getting your hands on that one.
Yeah, see him just drop back in the hole there, little Johnny Anstez. He just reads the play so well and he just sets it up. He reads the play better than his opposition player and backs himself in.
So Smith with the tap down, but it's all Nightcliff at ground level as they head forward. A good mark there.
Matty
Bricknell as he plays on quickly over the top. Liam Holt fits in pursuit.
Yeah, he's good in these situations.
Dances round one.
Look at him go.
Looks set sail for home. Oh no, he centres it and it's just all St Mary's. So Ryan Smith with the ball there as he puts it down to the wing, but it looks like it's
exactly back, although it's been a bit of a clunker and dropped that one. St Mary's with the chance to clean up through Mendy. Ball was called, not given.
No, it is.
It is?
Could have played the Benny Hill music there, Jake. There's a few turnovers.
You can see St Mary's bench there. Michael Coombs having a quick drink. He'll be back on very shortly. I would assume he had a great start to the game.
So
John Anstez comes through with a great spoil.
Ball in dispute at centre-half back for St Mary's as they get plenty of numbers around the ball.
Josh Cheek works his way back into that midfield after that little spell up forward. Does well.
Nice little two-step from Morris Jr. there as he heads to Clark. Clark's
well done by
one
Clark
here.
just to slow the play up enough there. He was in trouble in a 2-on-1 and just did enough to wait for the cavalry to arrive, and they've done exactly that. He has another go here, gets it to Nick Yarran. Tries to center, he might be pinged here.
They let him know about it too. They do, Nick Yarran. So a good tackle there.
He just tried to step in off the right. Great work by our camera crew and production crew here to get that replay so quickly. You can see he just muscled to the ground there by Jai Fitzpatrick, and Nightcliff with a nice out right across the field here, and they could be away. There we can go and see Paddy White, as mentioned before, coming all the way back down the ground. Not a great use of it there, and it'll be a boundary throw.
It's good pressure there from Eric Kantari, the little brother of Francis Kantari.
Yeah, just forced a turnover there. Like Paddy White felt the pressure coming behind him, and rather than straightening up, he sort of just rushed his kick and forced the throw in on the close for St Mary's.
Jake's boy Liddy has headed up at centre half forward. It's all Cliff at ground level.
Oh!
So a bit of a late bump on Scott.
Pretty tough nut, old Scott Freeman. He says, "Is that the best you got?" Yeah, they'll certainly like the signs.
Although not too bad for a 15.
Great sign for the 16-year-old willing to put his body on the line. Like coaches often, skills you can teach, but you can't sort of teach that willingness to put your body on the line and have a real crack. Timmy, as a coach, you'd know that, and that'd be great signs for Rick Nolan.
Yeah, they definitely didn't shirk the issue, did he?
So ball up at centre half forward now. Nightcliff have worked this well. Beautiful
Great
pick up there from Holt Fitz. Ball goes back inside 50 for Nightcliff. Jules Lockwood sits under it, doesn't get near it. Ryan Smith with the tap on. He's done well, the big man. He pumps it outside of 50. They're on the quick attack here at St Mary's, are they? Raph Clark does well. V-lines for the ball. Gets the tap out. Back to Clark. Clark with a nice handball over the top. Rioli. He throws it. No, he doesn't. He tries to dance around a few. Gets a handball out. And
he just wasn't quite sure whether to have a crack or try and find a player in the middle, and you can see Shannon Rioli there saying to Matthias Liddy, mate, you needed to give me a lead just towards that close post, because there was plenty of space there, and Liddy probably hung in the goal square a little bit too much and gave Shannon Rioli no real target.
So free kick here going the way of Nightcliff. I think that was Mikey Coombs taking that out of the ruck when he didn't. Umpire's bringing it back, sorry. Here she is over there. Throws it back in. That's a good one. Cammy Eilert dances through. Good tackle there from Rioli. Causes it forward, but no, nothing's doing it. Down this end, ball's out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
Great pressure there from St Mary's to stop Nightcliff getting out of trouble, because they were certainly away there had Freeman managed to escape that tackle. So as Nightcliff trapped in their own end and not let them get away easily, and they're doing a good job of it so far.
So Nightcliff 6, St Mary's 21 minutes in the first quarter. As Nightcliff try to work the ball out of here. Joshy Heath hassles someone underneath the ball. Canthari over there for St Mary's. Heath does well to get back in there. Good spin out of play there from Freeman.
He's getting plenty of the ball, Freeman.
He is. He's having an absolute blinder, the
Kane
big boy.
Riley there. A long way from home. He's played across half back all year so far, usually Kane Riley, but...
So St Mary's looking to reload.
McMurray just falls off White.
Devon Lyons has a bounce, the big man.
Risky bounce there.
Oh, he stunk this up a bit, has he? No, he gets a handball off now. Bricknell puts it inside with a lovely little kick to Liam Holt-Fitz.
He's been great this season, Matt Bricknell.
Liam Holt-Fitz centres the ball.
Oh, no.
Freeman drops what he should have taken, and there's a throw being paid.
They just can't finish it off at the moment, Nightcliff. They're getting it down there, and there's lots of those nearly goals or maybes. They just can't finish it off.
There's a couple of silly errors along the way that the coaching staff for Nightcliff will certainly want to get crisped up as we approach the end of the first quarter here.
So Josh Heath with the kick down the wing. Big kick for a little unit. Just clears the trouble there. Well, it's all Nightcliff here for the moment. They're trying to work it out.
Well done by Mendy attacking the ball. Sees it out for a safer boundary throw-in.
And there we have it. It's quarter time at Nightcliff Oval. Nightcliff is 6, St Mary's 21. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Just a moment.
The wait is over, baby. It's time to get it on. Watch out now. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
1,300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
And we are back, the second quarter, not too far away. You can see Rick Nolan getting right into the players there and telling them exactly what they need to do. I love this part every week, Nico, when you can get the cameras right in. This is what people love to see at home, getting right in there amongst the action. You can see how close the St Mary's players are in that huddle there. Joshy Heath utilising his height well and just getting in and under. But boys, what did you take out of the first quarter?
Yeah, I reckon just some notes here. I'm sure Rick Nolan would have spoke about the pressure which Nightcliff put on St Mary's. St Mary's put on Nightcliff. Yeah. They just chased from behind. A couple of times we saw them, Nightcliff looked slow. I think it's just from the pressure which St Mary's were putting on them and forced a turnover, which hence led to Nightcliff making a few mistakes and not being able to score. But really great start there by St Mary's. I think they are maybe kicking with a few goal breeze, and we'll find out this quarter.
Yeah, we certainly will see on that breeze. It's sort of hard to tell from up here. It is a bit swirly, but you might be right. It might be a goal or two. Nico, that forward defensive pressure, as Timmy mentioned, certainly had a big impact on that first quarter. What do Nightcliff need to do to try and get away from that pressure?
I think they just need to they need to clear it and just watch that water there, Jake. Clear with some hands, hit up a target and take their time. We saw towards the end of that first quarter, they held onto the ball more when they were going forward and hit up targets. But, as you said earlier, Tim, there was, not enough, they're not getting anywhere near the goals, are they?
Yeah, I'd like to see also, sorry to interrupt there, I'd like to see some of the big name players for Nightcliff stand up. Brodie Philo had a couple of great touches early, then was a bit quiet. Jules Lockwood didn't really find a way to insert himself on the game, mostly because the game was at the other end. So it'd be good to see the likes of him and John O'Paris as well, those sort of Thunder players and experienced players put a bit of a mark on the game.
3-3-21 to 1 goal 6. A Nightcliff here to get us underway in the second quarter with Cam Eilert getting the quick ball forward here for Nightcliff. Holt fits in pursuit. Nice clearing kick there from Smith Thompson. Ball in dispute on the outer wing as Big Smith gets a cheeky handball, gets run down from behind. Umpire says, yes, pal, that is holding the ball. So Nightcliff reload. A nice little spoil there from Smith Thompson. Ball inside 50 now for Nightcliff. Jules Lockwood on the end of it. No, drops what he should have taken. Here's who's this big unit. He gets a snap over the top. But it's all St Mary's at the back with Ansteds with all the time in the world. Bit of a risky kick in the direction of Cam Islet. Patrick White back to Cam Islet.
Just went a little bit far without it. Good tackle there to wrap it up.
Ball spills out.
Goes through his own legs. John Anstey's playing goalkeeper at the back at the moment.
Must have watched Australia this morning in that stinker 0-all thing as he stinks it up and turns it over. And it's Kale Cossack, although he centres the ball.
Yeah, Brody Philo with a chance. I mentioned at the start, just before the start of this second quarter, that to have a bit of an impact, they need Brody Philo, and he's had a couple of great touches early. Jules Lockwood managed to put on a good lead for that mark, didn't quite take it, but you know that's what you certainly need is those big name players having an impact on the game. And Tim Weatherall might be right because they've certainly had all the play down this end so far. So we'll have a look at that breeze.
So Philo on the approach, sets sail, and pushes it over to the right. So 1-1, 7 a Nightcliff, St Mary's 3-3-21. Timmy.
Yeah, I was talking before the game about Chris Paris and sort of his history and what he's done. I've just noticed really closely that he's actually following Cam Islet. He's obviously a young kid at the club, and I reckon he's been given that job today. And every time you look up, you see him right behind him, and it's probably done a really good job on Cam.
I think he's done an absolutely fantastic job when you're talking about the competition's premier midfielder, and he hasn't had a huge influence on the game so far.
So Smith with a nice big mark there as he sets sail down the wing. Raf Clark sits under it. Umpire says play on. Raf Clark flings him round, holding the man. So a free kick to Nightcliff here.
Got a fresh new trim for his 100th game, I reckon, Raf Clark. He's looking pretty speedy and pretty sharp.
So
younger too, maybe, you reckon? Younger?
He's gone the Peaky Blinders look, if anyone likes that TV show.
Never seen.
Listening might know Peaky Blinders and they'll appreciate it.
Hail from home from outside 50. That one's out of bounds on the... Cam Islet sees that one over for Nightcliff.
No guys right next to him. Is that Chris Paris?
Or does, just finds himself with plenty.
Be here to kick off the second.
So yeah, just to always sort of feel each other out in that second quarter and have a look. Done a good job because they've managed to get the ball down this clubhouse side of the ground.
So over to Philo. Philo dances around a few. Gets the handball away. Just overusing it here a bit. Nightcliff at the tackle there as the ball heads to at the back in perfect position.
Well.
It's back to Valasia. He's under attack. Says advantage. Cam Islet, he's kicked it. He's 3-3-21.
And Smith just couldn't quite. Well, he did get it away, but not very well to Iggy Valasia, who pinned, and then Nightcliff made them pay. Cameron not moving forward and. Nice. Definitely, Brody Philo's had a great on this second quarter and really good touches as well, having a big impact on the game, as is Cam Islet, who's moved into the forward line.
So Smith wins his clearance down to Coombs. Coombs puts it inside 50. There's a dangerous Morris Jr. He's a quick little unit as he gives chase. Nightcliff have worked this well. Although it's going to be downfield.
Lovely work there by with it and got the benefits of that.
So Holmes gets the ball back, gets a nice up there to Cost, holding the man to the inside 50. Everyone flies. Smith, Coombs with the clearing. Cossack and Clark to head. Clark does well.
Finds Cheek streaming down the sideline. Great angle, that one.
Here's little Morris Jr. gets the kick on and hits the post.
Oh, the big ricochet. Probably would have liked to have done a bit better with that one. That was a great little angle. Cheek with that line. Wasn't that good to see.
3-4-22 to 2-1-13 here at Nightcliff Oval as we're out of bounds on the wing.
Yeah, really important spoil there by Hugh McMurdy, I think it was. I reckon Nightcliff were away there, but just managed to get the ball over the line. Gives his midfielders a chance to get around the ball and try and slow the play down again. But yeah, just those little spoils can be so important in a game like this.
So Clark with the tap down. Eric Kantari tries to take one on but fails. Good contest here from the Nightcliff players.
Oh,
as the ball's out of bounds.
Yeah, Liam Holtfitz just trying to weave a little bit of magic there, but you certainly you have to like what you're seeing from Nightcliff and the adjustments that they've made in this second quarter. Certainly not allowing the pressure from St Mary's to get to them as much, a bit more composed, and also getting those big bodies around the ball a bit more as well.
So Raf Clark Dresiak go head-to-head in the ruck. Ball still in dispute. Clark with a nice little fake there. Gets the kick on. Lovely kick there from Raf Clark.
I think he might have even called for that one from the Nightcliff player there and got it delivered straight to him on a platter.
So Musgrove with the kick. Looking for the young Morris Jr. Good hustle there from the young man. Great pressure from All St Mary's holding the ball. Kantari takes the advantage, puts the kick over the top and pushes it to the left.
Yeah, two pretty good missed opportunities there for St Mary's, a bit like Nightcliff in that first quarter. St Mary's sort of took their opportunities in the first, and they've had a couple here where they just really haven't composed themselves and taken their time. And you know, with Nightcliff having a good start to this second quarter, they want to amend that pretty quickly.
So
big push in the back, you reckon?
Yeah, the free kick here to St Mary's. Through Paris, so he puts it inside 50. We've called his name this second quarter a bit, Jake. He's looking all right, the young fella.
Oh, he's got a nice little left boot on him as well. Actually, a few left footers in the St Mary's side today. I've seen a few of them go around, but yeah, he's
the Hawthorn of the NT.
Oh, gee whiz.
Big hit over there.
Has no head left over there.
However, in saying that, McMurtry gets up, takes the kick. Ball just sort of floating around amongst the boundary there.
Well attacked, Michael Coombs. That's what you need when the ball's floating around a bit. Someone to attack it hard. McMurtry ends up on his back again.
So there's another free kick here. I think it's going McMurtry's way, is it, Jake?
Yeah, I think it is. Just again taken a little late off the ball.
I reckon he might have run off the ground, did he? He's chasing someone, so there's a bit of action going on the far side anyway.
McMurtry. Nice kick into the danger zone. Well mopped up there by Nightcliff. Kane Riley gets a kind bounce, gets it out to the skipper. Thought about taking a bounce, but didn't. Plenty of room out here for Nightcliff for it to open up. Kick doesn't quite go to target, but it's well mopped up. Chance to go inside 50, they do, but John Anstez gets the better read on that one. And it's mopped up nicely with a nice kick out by Anstez as well. Not a great take.
Eric Kantari.
Eric Kantari.
Could have given away the free kick for holding the man.
It's just bobbling around here. Nightcliff managed to get the better of the situation. Might go over the top to the contest. It does.
Beautiful kick inside. Right in the middle there.
Coco Nicky with the chance.
Yeah, great running there by Matthew Bricknell. He did bring the last one in as well, which they mucked around with a bit too much and missed it. But that time, Matty Bricknell, yeah, really good work rate from the NT Thunder player. Worked right up the ground, got his hand on it. He had that good vision. There's probably someone down the line, but he was able to, you know, look inside and find the person in the better spot and gave his team a great shot for goal, and hopefully he can finish it off for him. Yeah,
Coco Nicky trying to close this gap here, about 30 out when he kicks it. Pretty much straight in front. He likes it straight off the boot and the players get around him. Nightcliff certainly have the early run in this second quarter as the lead 3-5-23. Plays 3-1-19.
Yeah, talking about Brody Philo, it's his second game this year, so obviously I reckon last week was pretty tough coming up in the Darwin after being down south for most of that off-season, and obviously his second game back, I think he's now starting to get used to the heat, finding the ball, and yeah, he's been really damaging at the start of his second quarter.
Yeah, and you just we've spoken for both sides about the simple errors that are costing teams. You saw John Anstez took the nice intercept mark, read the play better, got the ball out to an easy to take mark to Eric Kintari, bobbled it as everybody does, but that was basically that simple error led to the goal for Nightcliff, and Rick Nolan and the St Mary's leadership team certainly won't like those simple errors.
So ball in dispute on the wing on the outer side. Nightcliff with the numbers, although they miss it. Mikey Coombs does well to keep the ball in front. He's looking for a target. Not a lot on, as though he heads long to Rioli. Shannon does well there, gets a handball at the back, although it's out of bounds. I think, Timmy, we got to remember too, round one these teams met last. Nightcliff won by 80 points. So a bit of a turnaround in that short amount of time.
Yeah, well, I think we always saw that, didn't we? You know, St Mary's played a lot of young guys in that first game. And Timmy, you've coached here in the NTFL, you've coached with Thunder, you've coached down south. As Jack Musgrove just gets the spill out and says thank you very much. A goal seemingly against the run of play. St Mary's will certainly take it as the score goes to 4-5-29, 3-1-19. Geez, that was sort of came out of nowhere, that one, Timmy.
Yeah, he just sort of ran forward, and the ball, as we watch the replay here again on the screen, Ryan Smith, a great hit to the forward there, and they obviously just moved the ball forward, a quick kick from the pack, and it's amazing when you kick the ball quickly, there's space up forward. And
great little smart handball there from Shannon Rioli. After a quarter involving so much pressure, and all of a sudden quite an easy one like that, which is very good to see.
The way Chris Paris is going, he might be in the 3-2-1s.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's done a great job on Cameron Islet, and he's probably didn't get a touch in that first quarter, or maybe one, and then this quarter he's managed to get his hands on the ball quite a lot. Cameron Islet's only kicked the one goal when he pushed up forward, so he's certainly doing his job at the moment.
And I'm sure he would say that he wasn't standing him at that stage, he's only really standing him around the ball, so he'll palm that one off pretty quick.
So good pressure from Nightcliff as St Mary's try to clear. I like the look of this big unit, Jake. On the deck, gets a handball out. Little kick on that is ridiculous. Get out of town.
Oh, jeez, it looked pretty good from this angle. It looked pretty good from this angle. Here at Nightcliff Oval, we are wedged into that exact pocket where Coco Nicky kicked that one from, and geez, I like the look of it off the boot. It would have been an absolute rib snorter as Ryan Smith takes a rib snorter of a mark.
So Smith with the kick down the wing. Musgrove a fair way up the ground, gets the ball well. Turns around. Play here. Mendy gives chase on Farron James, nearly runs him down. Beautiful kick to Cam Island.
Lovely work there. Just that run against the play again. We saw.
I mean, St Mary's are trying to play the boundaries, and once they turn the ball over, there's always the ground. That's where Nike are coming flying through the guts and giving themselves some goal-scoring opportunities.
Just as you say that, St Mary's do go wide. Not a lot. So he just hits the space. Good lead there, and lovely mark.
To see Kantari hold on one as he puts the ball back to Mikey Coombs.
Takes it on the half volley. Well done. Jeez, he's quick, Mikey Coombs.
Gets a handball away. Nightcliff fans didn't like that one as the ball heads inside 50 for St Mary's. Musgrove with the kick on goal. Looks good off the boot.
Good.
He's
Jack Musgrove kicks two in the space of about 5 minutes, and again, it's sort of against the run of play. Jack Musgrove just finding himself at the right spot at the right time and making the most of those opportunities. You can see here that Kinthara's kick wasn't fantastic. Great pickup from Mikey Coombs. Puts on the step. Tried to go again. Went a little bit too far, but got the handball away just in time. And then St Mary's just kind of getting it forward. And the bounce just went straight to Jack Musgrove, who couldn't believe his luck. Swiveled quickly and put it on the right boot, and the rest is history. He put his hand up in the air, and all of a sudden, it's kind of almost made it St Mary's quarter.
Poor Nathan Brown just sort of ran in and around the ball and bounced over his head. So, yeah, just that quick kick again, just it makes opportunities happen.
So the ball back in the middle here as Nightcliff clear the ball.
Important last couple of minutes here. Nick, a 2-goal lead exactly.
Bit of a scrap on. Umpire, what's he saying? He says he's going to throw it up. On the half-forward flank for Nightcliff. So Raf Clark and Cossack go battle in the ruck. Nice flick over the back from Cossack. Ball on the deck. Ball out now. Kick down the line there from Wilson. Ball looked out to me from here. Right in front of us here. The field umpire calling that one out.
Jules Lockwood couldn't believe his luck there for a second and was going to pick it up and try and put one through the middle, but Ash Manakaros was having absolutely none of that.
So the ball thrown back into play. Raf Clark takes it from the ruck, gets the kick away. Good pressure there from Rioli.
Yeah, Singh and Rioli doing well to just keep that pressure on there.
They've done on the wing there is Timmy.
Yeah, Scotty Freeman's another one who's worked really hard probably been pretty consistent the whole match, just around the contest there, and just to be able to hold the ball in there and once again slow the game down. It's pretty hot out there and give the boys a bit of a rest.
So ball out here through Fitzpatrick with the kick inside. Johnny Anstairs in pursuit. Just goes
smart
off
play.
the deck.
Again, another one who watched the Socceroos this morning. That was a lovely left foot.
Finds McMurray. Good follow-up tackle from McMurray. What's the umpire saying here? He's saying it's...
Didn't give up on the
game today. That forward pressure,
and is pretty tough time. 35.
She's from down south.
She arrived just had her windscreen broken. Coconut. No. Jingly. Covered for coconuts. And it's good claims.
The wait is open. Watch out now. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kenites high gear we get in, but also its service details and safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Make your job easy.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice,
come in and see it.
Still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport
Open at Casuarina Square.
Are you over?
And we are back. Time for the third quarter, the second half. Nicholas O'Reilly, Tim Weatherald with me. What'd you make of the first half, fellas, and what's going to happen in the second?
Yeah, no, it was pretty low scoring, really, just the 3 goals and to 5, and it was a lot of pressure. I think it was really built around pressure early, and I expect this game to really open up this second half. And you know, the bit of cool weather sort of come through. Not cool really in Darwin, but it's a little bit cooler at the moment, and I really reckon both sides will start to open up the play and run away a little bit more, and it should see some high scoring.
Nico?
It's dropped from 34 to 33. I think it looks like there might be a storm brewing. We're outside on the balcony. I think both teams had their opportunities in that second quarter, but it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. As
interesting move to start the third quarter. Jules Lockwood straight into the ruck after being up forward pretty much exclusively in the first half.
So here comes St Mary's on the early attack. Raf Clark sits under the ball, could have been pushed out, and is pushed out. So Raf Clark will line up for his second, I think it is.
Almost an exact same start to the first quarter. Down this same end, Raf Clark with the early goal for St Mary's within the first minute or two, and he has a chance to repeat that once again. He'll kick it from about 35, 40 out on a very, very slight angle.
So Clark on the approach. Nice off the boot, although it looks like it's pushed off to the right. As St Mary's move to 36. Nightcliff, 3-5-23, just 50 seconds played in the third quarter here at Nightcliff Oval as Nathan Brown, the captain, looks to send it
just to the one-on-one contest to Cam Eilert. Oh.
So here's Paris and Eilert, although Eilert wins that little battle. Gets it on the boot. Nice little kick, nice little hit up there from Cammy Eilert. Smith with a good grab.
He's done that so well today, Saw Smith.
He's best on ground for mine. Missed mark
Murray
there.
just didn't quite get enough of that. Might pay for it, and he does with White paid the grab.
Nice little ear massage there from Steve Forrester.
Well done by White. He's been one of Nightcliff's best so far today, all over the ground, and always makes an impact up forward when he's there. But yeah, McMurray just didn't quite do enough with that when he had the opportunity. And again, as has been the story for most of the day, goals are coming off mistakes from the opposition. Not a lot of like free-flowing footy. It's all like when someone makes a mistake in their own end, the other team's making them pay.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right there. Like, it's just teams making mistakes when they shouldn't be making mistakes, and just gives the other team an opportunity to score for goal.
The viewers at home there with the angle straight behind Paddy White. And that's gone through for a minor score. But certainly they'll be encouraged with that, Nightcliff, getting from their own end almost up, well, all the way up to their own forward 50. So Nightcliff certainly showing some signs here, and the game's perfectly poised as we work our way into this third quarter. Nico?
3-6-24 at Nightcliff, 5-6-36 St Mary's as Smith taps the ball out there. Nice work from the big boy. Well hustled in there from St Mary's as the ball gets kicked long down the wing. And we're going to have another boundary throw-in, Timmy.
Yeah, Ryan Smith, just watching him a little bit there, he just plays that kick behind the play perfectly. He just reads the ball really well. He does ruck work in the middle of the ground and pushes forward to about half forward and then just pushes himself back behind the play and just stops so many forward thrusts from Nightcliff.
So Smith dominant in the air there, although it's going the way of Nightcliff as they try to head inside 50. Kick inside there now. Nice little tap over there from Labastida.
Murtry does well to get a boot on that one as his jersey was pulled.
Johnny Anstey's dropped that mark. Eilert inside 50. Nice little kick there.
Bricknell with another chance to kick a goal. Pretty promising signs there for Nightcliff. Again, what I'd love is that we sort of mentioned Ryan Smith doing so well in the ruck. That might be why Jules Lockwood has moved into the ruck to play a bit more of an influential role, not only up against Smith, but to get his hands on the ball. He's a great player. And look at that, Matty Bricknell's absolutely chucked that one straight down the middle, and they're very happy about it, the Tigers, and that's a great goal for them.
4-6-30 in Nightcliff. St Mary's 5-6-36. Timmy, as we look at this replay here, St Mary's sort of stunk that up a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they just forced, forward line pressure again, and they forced a turnover, and your midfielders get the ball, and someone like Cam Eilert, he doesn't miss a target. His awareness is fantastic around the play, and Matty Bricknell's right up there as the best player for Nightcliff at the moment as well.
I completely agree.
He's put himself on ball a little bit. He's pushed up the ground, and I think he's almost their leading goal scorer this year. And I'm sure the NT Thunder will be quite pleased with his form at the moment.
He was brilliant in round one when the two teams played. Kicked quite a lot of goals, maybe 4 or 5. He was great in that game. He's been very good all season. So, well done to Matty Bricknell as Nightcliff do get their hands on the ball first here. Philo chucks it on that left foot of his. Nice looking kick too. And a great grab. Great grab.
So ball moves inside. Brody Philo puts it on that beautiful left foot of his. Hits up the target. Liam Holt Fitz, is it? Looks like he wants to go back and have a shot from about 500 metres out right on the boundary line, Jake.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty tricky angle. Probably preferable for the right foot. So
I'll eat Mashu if he gets his distance.
RMs, mate. That's a worry.
Pretty chewy.
Come on, Fitzy, put this one through.
As Holt Fitz on the approach, please do not kick it. Oh, he got the distance. It's off to the left.
Off to the left. Keep the RMs, mate. You paid too much for them. But
nearly had an RM in the mouth as they move. 4-7-31. St Mary's 5-6-36. 5 minutes played. It's all been Nightcliff so far in this third quarter.
Iggy Villaggio pointing the troops around, just points it long to the contest. White got a fair bit of it, not paid. Now the ball goes into the contest and it, pops out the back there. Harris, I think that is, taken high.
So the free kick going the way, yes, you're right, of Paris. As he puts it inside now. Good grab there from Cam Eilert. Nice and low.
Certainly taking the step up in this third quarter as good players do. Trying to have a big impact on that game.
So he's a fair way out, Cammy Eilert. He's looking for a target inside 50 for Nightcliff.
Lovely angle there by our cameraman. Look at that. That's what community footy, what it's all about. That's just a beautiful angle.
So Cam Eilert on the approach. Gets plenty on it. And it's just off to the left.
I would have loved to have seen that one go through for the fans at home. Just see it literally coming off Cam Eilert's boot. Good to watch nonetheless. Goes through for a minor score. The margin 4 points.
5-6-36 to St Mary's. Nightcliff 4-8-32. 7 minutes played in the third quarter. As Cheek does well, gets the ball, fakes one, dances around another. Raf Clark misses the ball. Holt Fitz with a nice little chip over the top. It's taken there
Kane Riley getting his hands on the ball. Played an interesting role today, Kane Riley. Usually all the way out down and back, but so just playing that roving role through the middle. Still a very Kane Riley.
Good use of the... Raf Clark falls over. What's the up? It's my ball. We're inside 50 for St Mary's. Timmy?
Yeah, just talk about Josh Cheek before. He just tried to do too much before.
Yeah.
I think you've seen early in that second quarter, the goals that St Mary's scored were from quick kicks and getting the ball played. There's so much space forward. They've just got to move the ball and get into their space and let their forwards run around with it.
So we've got a free kick going the way of St Mary's. And it's going to Mikey Coombs. So Coombs, the man on the mark, will stand about 52 metres out. So young Mikey Coombs will have to get onto a nice barrel, you would think, as he's pointing, directing traffic.
Smart move, finds Ryan
Smith. Smith, nice little kick over the top.
Kinfari, Smith probably just needed to get that one a little bit shallower. Just kicked it a little bit high and didn't, Eric Kinfari just didn't have enough or had too much time for the defender to come across. Nicely done too, and good desperation there by Joel Cross to get the spoil.
So ball back underway. Smith with the tap down. No St Mary's players down there.
Dangerous.
Shannon Rioli looking for the rush behind deliberate. He's not going to get that one, I wouldn't have thought. St Mary's 5-7-37, Nightcliff 4-8-32. It's been all Nightcliff so far in this third quarter.
Outside the zone. In a tight contest, you just can't do that. Brody Philo, he got plenty of it. I think that was, but...
As we have a look at the replay here. Wasn't much in that.
I think that's a pretty tough call, but we will get a throw in here and see what's to come of it.
So ball in the air, Raf Clark with a nice tap down. Ball in dispute. Well done there from Holmes. Ball still in dispute here. Nightcliff with the numbers, although the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in the forward pocket for St Mary's.
Certainly waiting for someone to break this game open. It's perfectly poised for that. Just some big play, a big time player to just do something a little bit special, and that just could be the ascendancy one of these teams need.
So back in the ruck is Raf Clark. Sort of bobbles the ball around. Ball on the deck in dispute. Umpire says he will throw it up.
Someone like Shannon Rioli's sort of player who hasn't really done much today. He's the sort of player I think you can just throw in the midfield for St Mary's and he can just sort of break a game. He's just turn at pace and his exquisite skills. I think he's sort of one of those players who can be really damaging and hasn't done much today.
Yeah.
So there's a bit going on here between Cheek and White for Nightcliff as he wins the free kick. Yeah, pretty silly there from Cheek as Nightcliff look to clear the ball out. So Philo with the long kick. Bit of holding going on there between the two players. Umpire says you're both doing it. Play on. Oh, knee to the head.
Oh, yeah. Henry Labastida down too.
He's still down too. The ball's on the outer wing. Holt Fitz does well to dance around 2 to 3 players. Gets the ball on, although it only goes as far as Michael Coombs. Coombs puts it down towards Smith. Over the top there to Paris. He's playing well, the young fella. Musgrove.
Well done
Morris
by Musgrove. Just a shepherd.
Here's Liddy.
Get up. We haven't seen him for a while.
Umpire says play
Holmes
on.
tried to claim it, didn't get it.
Nice.
But White gets the ball.
So White clears the ball. Well taken.
Well, Saints do have the numbers here. It goes inside 50, and I think that's Jack Musgrove needed to take that. That is a very bad error in a close game. And Nightcliff managed to get out of the immediate trouble through Kane Riley. But that's going to be one of those missed opportunities that may very well come back to hurt St Mary's because you need to take those in that forward zone right in front.
So a free kick coming back to St Mary's. Geez, they've had their opportunities, haven't they, Timmy, going forward?
See Jackie Musgrove on our screens right now. He's not happy with himself. Knows that he missed a golden opportunity there to extend that lead for St Mary's.
So McMurray with the kick in towards Raf Clark. He does well, nearly takes a mark. Ball on the deck and out of bounds, Timmy.
Yeah, it almost came back to when Paddy White missed that kick as well. Like, it really is a lot of errors today, and I think teams just need to start making them pay. And I'm sure as the season goes on, those sort of errors will be made to pay a lot more. And but you got to mark those simple marks in front of goals. And these,
when you're put there to do it,
pretty frustrating for a coach, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So Smith and White do battle in the ruck. Shannon Rioli, here's his chance to get involved. Musgrove with the kick off the ground. It's gone through. Get around him. Look at him. They're going off St. Mary's.
Well, he certainly responded. He missed the easy mark, but great to see the young fella staying with it. And that's a great opportunistic goal there from Jack Musgrove. We'll see the replay here going up in the contest. The ball just kind of spilled out. You thought Shannon Rioli might be able to make something special happen, but as he just got a little handball to it, and that's great quick thinking from Jack Musgrove to put that one through, extend the St Mary's lead out a little bit, and that was a great opportunistic goal. We mentioned something needs to break open to make this game, see where it goes, and that's one of those special moments right there.
Yeah, it's his third goal for the afternoon as well, so I think he's get the last 3 goals for St Mary's, all opportunistic, so he's just been in the right place at the right time.
Ryan Smith wins the tap down. Nightcliff with the clearance though, inside 50. Holt Fitz drops the mark. And a clearing kick out towards Shannon Singh. Ball in dispute and ball over the line on centre wing.
I think that's one of the differences today. The forward pressure from Nightcliff hasn't been there so much. The Liam Holtz Fitz, those sort of players, I reckon they need to chase a little bit harder at the moment. The ball's coming out quite easily for St Mary's at the moment, and that transition play can really hurt you, and that's definitely an area I think Nightcliff need to work on.
Interesting to see St Mary's down this scoreboard side of the ground with Liddy, the stocky unit, with the fast legs of Shannon Rioli, both playing in a full forward position, and it comes to both of them right now. Liddy gets the ball first. Rioli.
Clever little kick over the top.
Ryan McMurray with the good mark. Just on cue there, we saw that good combination. The big body, the fast legs of Shannon Rioli, and it paid dividends there. But again, as Tim Weatherall mentioned before, St Mary's really need to get that ball in quick and make things happen, and good things do. Ryan McMurray with the chance here, about 30 odd out, only on a slight angle.
Someone's not happy at Nightcliff as McMurray rolls in, puts the kick on, and he's pushed that to the right.
Again, simple errors. It's just costing both teams, whether it's in front of goal or not. But those simple skill acquisitions, they need to really happen.
6:9:45 for St Mary's. Nightcliff 4:8:32. Nearly 16 minutes played in the third quarter as the kick gets underway from Clayton Holmes. Out wide.
Oh, big rise up there. Raph Clark, a 100 gamer, and he's paid it as well.
So there's a bit going on off the ball here as Raph Clark just wanders, and he doesn't really worry about that sort of stuff, does Raph Clark? He just wants his kick.
I think he's smarting from that mark attempt, to be dead honest with you. But, Nick Yarran getting involved there. It cleans up pretty quickly. And, let's focus on that great mark there by Raph Clark. That is just an absolutely sensational
And an even better kick to Liddy, although he drops it. Good spoil there from the Nightcliff player.
Philo smart.
Kanthari gives chase to Philo, although Philo gets the kick out. Ball on outer wing. Just a little bit scrappy over the back there, although we're out through Jules Lockwood. He tries to go off the deck, misses it. And the ball's out of bounds on the forward flank for Nightcliff. They are 32, St Mary's 45. 16 minutes played in the third quarter.
Just need someone to be clean out there at the moment. It's just very, your 2 grab sort of football. You want that 1 grab. The Brodie Filos, those sort of players, just so clean. It makes a difference. And at the moment, there's too much fumbling with the ball, I reckon.
So we saw there 2 nice clean grabs from Nightcliff, and they get the advantage of it.
So St Mary's nearly away there. Ball still in dispute. It's ended up at centre forward. Ball spills out. Shannon Rioli with the little soccer kick on. Ball still in dispute here. They're sitting on top of him. Morris Jr. Josh Heath gets the kick on. Liddy sits under it, and a nice spoil over the top there from Clayton Holmes. and we're going to have another boundary throw in the forward pocket for St Mary's.
Yeah, he's definitely been an important player today, Clayton Holmes. I think the first round we saw him play and he was fantastic. It's only his second game of the year, and I think as the year goes on, we'll see how good this young fella is. I think there's big raps for him around Nightcliff, and you saw it there in a one-on-one contest. He just had the smarts to get the ball over the boundary line.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, smarts, because he certainly loses a bit of... Oh, he's about the same height as Liddy, but certainly strength-wise, he's probably playing a little bit behind, and yeah, that was just a very smart play there.
So Eric Kantari with a nice tackle and really hustling Jonathan Perez then, as he gives a handball off. Probably shouldn't have. Gives it back to Eric. Shannon Rioli in the pocket, set sail for home.
That seems
and he's
pretty wide.
Absolutely sprayed it. Eric Kantari really should have gone back and had the set shot at goal,
Yeah, I
shouldn't
don't
he?
think Shannon Rioli was really expecting that one there. Pretty hard when you get put on the spot. Was trying to, I think, just put it into that goal square area and hope for the best, but sort of came off the outside of the boot, giving Nightcliff a chance to get out. Nathan Brown takes an absolutely horrible bounce, but it pays off all right. And Nightcliff with a chance to get out.
So Wilson.
He'll find Paddy Cossack out on thing, and Nathan Brown.
Here's little Morris giving chase. Look out! Oh, jeez, he's bloody close him down quickly. Nathan Brown did well to get the kick away. Ball in dispute over there.
Two of the most cautious bounces I've ever seen there from Nathan Brown. I suppose when you're full back, you don't do a lot of them, but Mendy just chucks that on to the right. Oh, the hand is up. That is a great goal from Nicholas Mendy out of absolutely nowhere. All of a sudden,
now we're just
the umpires are checking on something here, maybe a touch.
They know we don't have the budget for the third umpire, and it is touch.
It's called a touch. Bit of a shame there, because that was a great effort by Nicholas Mendy out of a pack. Just a quick reflex thing. We'll get it on the replay here. Might have just... Yeah, you could see the calls a touch pretty early there, so it's probably the right call. Well done by our umpires today. Another simple skill error there. Jono Harris just putting that one down. Nicholas White drops one as well. With the humidity today, boys, it might be getting a little bit of slippery out there.
Here's Liddy with the kick on goal, but it's pushed it over to the right as Cam Hylett.
Great hands there. That'll be paid there from Cam Hylett. Chucked out the right mitten.
He's unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah,
really?
That's great hands. When everybody's bobbling and fumbling it around, Cam Hylett just sticks the right hand out and takes it. That's a great mark. Another one right there.
And 50 metres, will it be? Yeah, it is. Approaching on the mark.
Yeah, Cale Cossack there, just using that, springy height of his and, taking one of those much-needed marks in that area where they've really struggled to get out today. Brody Philo streaks away after that 50, has to send it back. Cossack will have another go at it. It's been a little while since Nightcliff have got inside 50 here. They'll have a go at it here. Good mark.
Nightcliff have done well, although through that 50, but a good mark there to Jai Fitzpatrick. Because you just feel Nightcliff really need a goal, don't they, Timmy?
Yeah, no, definitely. That margin is just getting a little bit dangerous at 14 points. They just want to make sure they're within sort of 10, 15 points at hard three-quarter time. The goal scoring end has been at this end of the ground, so this is a really important kick.
As he's pushed it to the right. So disappointing finish there to Fitzpatrick.
Well, it's been a pretty disappointing third quarter as we hear the siren go there. Not many goals kicked at all. St Mary's 6-10-46 plays Nightcliff 4-9-33.
Isn't that the new neighbour? Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Just a moment.
The wait is over, baby. It's It's time to get it on. Watch out now. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details and safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kennard's make your job easy.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Intersport new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin for easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
We are back with the fourth quarter in and amongst the time with the Nightcliff. They're still well and truly in. Game will be one of the messages because it's been low.
6-11-47. Both teams have really had their opportunities, haven't they, Timmy, in that opening 3 quarters?
Yeah, neither side's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck and wanted to run away with it. As we watch some of these highlights here, Brodie Philo, definitely one of the better players for Nightcliff today. He's used the ball really well. We're just talking then about who we thought were the better players, but we all agreed Ryan Smith's been fantastic for St Mary's. Just his play to get behind the player and use the ball really well. He's really set his side up. It's just going to be one of those games you can take these chances.
Absolutely, Timmy. Could not agree more. It's going to be about the chances because there was certainly 5 or 6 in that third quarter which nobody took. Some easy goal opportunities, some missed mark opportunities, and then some simple errors which are really costing both sides. So we can see there Matty Bricknell, who's been again one of Nightcliff's best, getting a couple of last-minute messages. It's certainly set up for a brilliant finish. Boys, who's on track to take this one out?
I think at this stage, St Mary's for me, but I mean, in saying that, Nightcliff aren't out of it. They're only 15 points down. As the weather looks like it's going to hold up, Nightcliff are going to kick with that breeze in this final quarter, but I still like St Mary's, Timmy.
Yeah, I think they're smart. They've got a pretty senior side out there today. I'm sure they'll control the game this quarter, and they're going to be really tough to beat here. It is Nightcliff's home ground. They are kicking with a slight breeze to the hand side of this screen here, and I reckon Nightcliff will throw everything.
Yeah, first goals in this fourth quarter. As we have a look around the grounds as well, last night, Wanderers beat Palmer's points. Good effort there, but just run over by the Wanderers side, who are looking pretty at the moment. Speaking of 144, beat Tiwi Bombers 10-6-66, so a 78-point win there. Southern Districts, geez, they're looking very tough to beat at the moment.
They looked, they were unbelievable last week when we covered that game. I did hear Andrew Hodges on the radio yesterday. He did say that Tiwi was going to get very close in that one. I think Andrew Hodges doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, look, he's on vacation somewhere on a deserted
Where is
island,
Andrew Hodges?
Sipping Mai Tais, leaving us to do all the work. But
we're with the people, Jake. We love it out here at Nightcliff, don't we?
Mate, community footy, going suburban as I'm trying to get to take off, which no one's joining me on. But I'll keep saying it because, I love being out here at Nightcliff Oval. It's been a great day so far and a great fourth quarter coming up as well.
Good tap down there from Lockwood to get the last quarter underway. Nightcliff looking to get a goal early. Ball sort of bobbling around there, although it gets out. Ryan Smith's back there. Punch down there by Anstez. Off the deck from Labastida.
Oh, good hands there, Shannon Rioli. McMurray does well off the ground as well. Coombs may have been pushed in the back, not called. Gets up again, dived on, and that will go up for a throw. You can see both teams certainly want this one. There's a bit of push and shove. It means a lot to both sides for different reasons. Nightcliff, it's their second game here at home this season. You never like to lose at home. For St Mary's, Raph Clark's 100th game, and you always like to get up for those milestone games. Not to mention the points on offer as well, and both teams need them. So,
Eilert with the kick inside 50. A beautiful click there. It's looking to get off here. And mark there to Holt Fitz. About 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle as Henry Labastida stands a mark for St Mary's.
Yeah, it's been really exciting today, Liam Holt Fitz. He just hasn't finished his work. I think he's one of those players who's always exciting when he gets around the ball, but to me, he hasn't really finished his work today. And obviously, if he kicks this goal, he'll look back on earlier chances. But yeah, it's really important that he does start to finish his really exciting work.
We said first goal was important. Liam Holt Fitz has the chance to make it Nightcliff. So he approaches with those pretty flash blue boots, puts it on the boot, puts his hand in the air, and look at the Nightcliff team. Brody Philo first around him, and then the rest of the team to follow, and a big roar from the Tigers faithful. This is what it's all about. And a great start there for Nightcliff. The big players, Cameron Eilert getting his hands on the ball. And yeah, look at this, just straight away, got it on the boot, inside early. And the goal there to finish. Great start for Nightcliff in this fourth quarter, a lot of momentum. We know that's important at this time of year in this part of the game. St Mary's will look to hit back as we work our way back to the centre square. Lovely view of Josh Cheek in his 37 jersey there, looking on. Looks like he's had a fresh haircut as well.
It's very fresh as Smith wins a tap down in the middle. Handball out there. Little Joshy, that's going to be paid a throw against Joshy Heath. So Coco Nicky with the free kick for Nightcliff. Play on, says the umpire. Ball on the way now to Holt Fitz.
Oh.
Dropped there by Forrester. Mikey Coombs does well to mop
well
up.
done,
Good
Mikey
handball
Coombs.
over the top, Labastida. Clark gets a handball away. The kick there from Mendy. Centre half forward for St Mary's. I'd like to get a goal, sneak a goal here, St Mary's. Ball sort of bobbling around there on the outer side. Shannon Rioli does well, keeps it in. Looks for a target, although set sail for home. It's across the face. Still in play.
Oh, puts it on the left.
That's gone the other way. Is that a shot at goal or a pass? Who will know? It's out of bounds. In the forward
bit of
pocket.
forcey backs either side of the post there. No one wanted to chuck it through the sticks, but they are at the right end of the ground for them as they look to, I guess, do what they've done so well for the first couple of quarters and keep that forward pressure on.
Yeah, geez, Shannon Rioli looked dangerous there, breaking away from that pack. Just couldn't finish his work, but there was no one inside their forward 50 there, so they've all pushed right up around the play.
So ball on the deck, forward line. Pressure there from Canthari, and we're going to have another boundary throw in St Mary's forward 50.
Lots of numbers around the play here at the moment. All the players have really pushed around the ball, and it's going to be that quick and clean possession around the pack, which is going to be so important in these last 15 or 20 minutes.
Interestingly, fellas, not a single player in the Nightcliff forward 50. Not a single player.
Canthari with the kick on. Oh, touched on the line. A good effort there from Canthari. 6:12:48 to St Mary's. Nightcliff 5:8:38. Nearly 5 minutes played in the final quarter here at Nightcliff Oval. As the ball's back into Farah. He heads out wide over everyone's head. And we're going to have another boundary throw, and it's boundary throw in central here to start the final quarter.
Still a little confused to see Kane Riley playing so wide today. He's been so valuable for Nightcliff in the middle at half back. Not quite sure the reasoning there. It's not that he's had a bad game, but he certainly hasn't got as much ball as he's had in previous weeks.
Kanthari with the kick inside. Finds a target. Pretty lucky there to Smith Thompson. He sets inside.
Oh, big fly there from Raf Clark.
So ball on the deck, in dispute, whatever you want, and it's going to be a throw.
Oh, that's a big call.
If we just have a look at the replay, will pop up in a minute, but it didn't look like he was under much pressure, and he just looks like he just throws it out from the distance. But we'll have another look here in a minute, hopefully.
Yeah, just wonder if it just sort of slipped out of his hand, and as he felt it slipping, he's sort of thrown his hand in it. But
it's a legitimate mistake. As
either way, it's an opportunity.
Eric Kanthari with the kick underway, and he's pushed it to the right. So opportunity, another one goes missing. It's out on the full, in fact.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible there. But again, a couple of not easy chances, a couple of chances there for St Mary's, which they haven't made the most of. 10-point margin. It's going to just take someone to break it open. Well done there, Jules Lockwood.
Probably should have gone back and ran over the mark there, but he's kept the pressure on. And well done by Jules Lockwood there as Mikey Coombs sees it over for a boundary throw-in on the wing.
This breeze is kind of increasing a little bit, fellas. Definitely now coming towards us, so that'll favour Nightcliff as we work our way into this fourth quarter. Storm probably coming. It may miss us before this game concludes, but that breeze is certainly coming through a little bit stronger now.
So I like the look of that big unit in Trezac.
Nice find there.
So Scott Freeman with the mark on the wing, looking to put it just outside of 50. Cammy Island does well.
Beautiful hands.
Dances round a few. Cammy Island looks for the target inside. Bit of a floater. Still works out all right.
Onto the left, and the hand is up. Coco Nicky. What a goal at what a crucial moment. Great work by Cameron Island. Great clean up by Coco Nicky. That is a fantastic goal at a much needed time.
Yeah, we said that first goal of the quarter was going to be important, but to kick the first two goals of this last quarter, yeah, Nightcliff are now looking really, really dangerous. We spoke about their breeze coming up as well, but as we go back to the replay right now, you'll see how good Cameron Island is and how we really set this goal up.
That's just experience, great play. Kept his feet, took his time. He had actually a target a bit closer, but then went into the middle. Wasn't a great kick. Good clean up by Nicky and just chucked it onto the left boot, and you could see he liked it straight away. The hand went up in the air. Absolutely loved it, and why wouldn't you? It takes the margin to 4 points.
6-8-44 at Nightcliff, 6-12-48. St Mary's as we're back in the middle. Mikey Coombs with the kick inside 50 on the attack for St Mary's. They need to get a quick one back here. Morris Jr., the excitement machine, dances around a few, gets the snap on goal. He's dumped it from nowhere.
Wow.
Morris Jr. slots it home for St Mary's. Good work from the young man.
That is a fantastic goal. That's a great response considering how great Coco Nicky's goal here was at the other end. The young fella didn't look like there was a lot on. It was in a dangerous position, but I don't think anyone was expecting to kick it from there, but he's proved us all wrong. Look at that, just stayed with the ball, took his time. Nice work by Nick Yarron, just giving him a little bit of extra space and a nice shepherd, but no one is expected to kick him from there. That is a great effort.
Yeah, beautiful clearance by Mikey Coombs as well, just to really get the ball in there nice and deep and into a dangerous position.
That goal could have huge implications on this game.
6-9-45, Nightcliff, St Mary's 7-10, 52. 9 minutes played in the final quarter. Nightcliff going to get the free kick here. So Nightcliff to attack again. Cam Islet on a one-on-one.
Oh,
nearly takes a mark, spills out to Bricknell. He falls over, sits on his head, holding the man.
Oh, he's probably...
Forrester. Just finds a nice little short target there in McMurtry. McMurtry does the same thing. Smith Thompson. Probably not the best option, although it works out.
Is that Paris?
So Paris, not the best kick.
He's done that a few times today, Paris. He's had some good passes. He's had a couple of crucial turnovers as well. Nightcliff looking to get it back into this danger zone. McMurtry one-on-one with Islet. Islet too strong, turns quickly, looks for the lead. Oh, just doesn't quite get it. John Anstez with the chance to clean up. It's all very messy here. Looked a little bit high on Josh Heath, and it was. Heath grabbing the melon.
Josh Heath looks like an Oz kicker there.
Cam Islet did just extremely well in that one-on-one competition with Hugh McMurtry, as you see there. Josh Heath taken a little bit high. It's going to be one of those kind of plays like that that really defines this game. Nightcliff with another opportunity to get back inside forward 50. Philo gets lucky, almost went a little bit far there.
So Philo puts it inside 50 for Nightcliff, although it's straight down the throat of Smith Thompson as he looks to find a target to get out of Nightcliff's attacking 50. Heads towards in the Shannon Rioli direction.
Good one-on-one contest here.
Great battle there. Josh Cheek
with a chance to streak away. Good
He's
pick
away
up.
here. Josh Cheek heads in the way.
Beautiful kick by Josh Cheek.
Musgrove, he looks to move it quickly with a nice kick. Beautiful
Liddy
work
there
to
with
Liddy.
a nice lead. Haven't seen much of him since that first quarter where he had a nice impact. But a little bit hard to tell how far out he is here. Around about the 50-metre mark, I would think. Also, we can see there Clayton Holmes struggling a little bit. That was after that contest with Shannon Rioli grabbing the shoulder or the elbow there, and he's coming straight off the field. Matthias Liddy will kick it from around the 50-metre mark, greater than 45-degree angle. Gives it everything he's got. It's going to go to the square. It's a contest. It's been poked
that
through.
one it has. Extraordinary scenes there. Nightcliff really needed to rush the ball there, didn't they, Timmy?
I just needed to get numbers around. This sort of game, you can't afford the ball to land in the goal square and not take it over the line. So we watched the replay here with maybe for the injury, just landing on that shoulder. There's lots of strapping tape on that shoulder, so obviously landed awkwardly. But we go back to the goal here now.
Yeah. Matthias Liddy just chucked it into that dangerous zone. I think it was Shannon Singh. It's a bit hard from this angle, but I think it might have been Shannon Singh who just chucked it on the toe.
Yeah, anyway, it's really dangerous position now. Just probably against the flow of play a little bit. They've scored the last 2 goals there, St Mary's, just to steady a little bit and put a bit more pressure back on Nightcliff.
So 58 St Mary's, Nightcliff 45. 13 minutes played in the final quarter here at Nightcliff Oval as the ball's in dispute in the middle. Well done, right, Brody. Philo gets legged. Umpire says play on. That was
Smart
a free
there
kick
by
every day
Josh
of the week.
Heath. Just a little tap on. Knew that if he took the ball into his hands there, he would have got tackled, so just played it on quickly. Smart play.
Oh, Morris Jr. with some beautiful work there. Great pressure.
That's Josh Cheek again. He's had a great quarter. Although not a great kick.
So Nightcliff looking to switch the ball.
Yeah, spreading hard too, Nightcliff. Boyo Paris been relatively quiet today, but nice kick from there. Streaking forward, he's got players absolutely everywhere. Probably didn't go to the best location, but Jules Lockwood with a nice lead, slid down on that right leg and took it nicely. He's probably been a little bit more effective in the ruck today, Jules, than up forward, but a great chance for him to put this one through and keep Nightcliff in the contest. As you can see there, Cam Islet absolutely knackered sitting down there on the sideline. Jules Lockwood takes it, will begin his run up from about 55 out, work his way into about the 45-metre mark. Probably slightly less than a 45-degree angle. Nice slow approach. He knows how much this means to his side. Puts it on the right foot. And he loves it. Jules Lockwood standing up when it matters most. The Nightcliff squad getting right around him because that means a lot. Nightcliff go to 7-9-51. St Mary's 8-10-58. 7-point gap, boys. This is absolutely anybody's.
Yeah, you were seeing him coming through the middle here. There was probably 3 or 4 options he could have taken. He just sort of kept holding on to the ball, you know, waiting for something to open up, and it worked out. Jules Lockwood found himself in space there. Great mark. We've seen lots of those marks drop today, but most importantly, went back and kicked the goal, and Nightcliff's still right in this game.
So only 7 points in it with 15 minutes played in the final quarter.
They have been very short quarters, though, haven't they? 22, 23 minutes, so it'll be interesting to see how long it goes for.
So the clearance there from Mendy, kick inside 50. Mendy with the double fister back inside again. There's another double fister.
Double fister?
I haven't seen that in many years as the ball heads towards the danger zone. And rush through for a behind. So St Mary's moved to 8:11:59. Nightcliff 7:9:51. 15 minutes played this final quarter as Nightcliff are already away on the wing and screaming inside 50. Looking for Jules Lockwood. Drops the mark and the ball's out of bounds. Timmy, they've done really well to move it from full back down to centre half forward, haven't they?
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick. He saw the opportunity to get the ball out of defence really early, got it over the top. The ball just rolled on perfectly. A great shepherd there on the far side by Paddy White, and 2 kicks, the ball's deep into their forward line.
Tell you what, we're loving the sun right in our eyes as the ball gets thrown back into play. Point dispute here. We could see a hold the ball here. And we're going to. So Nightcliff doing well there. That's Coco Nicky with the ball, is it?
Is that a good quarter, Coco Nicky?
So Coco sends it inside 50, looking for Holt Fitz. Is it staying inside? He does. So well done to Holt Fitz. Well done to Coco Nicky to get that ball in. Although it's a tight angle, but Holt Fitz will really like his chances from here, won't he?
It certainly looks like he's going to have a crack at it and not really look around to give it to somebody else. He had Cam Eilert give him a pretty short lead.
Holt Fitz plays on, goes around the corner. It's hit the post as you hear the Nightcliff faithful with their side.
Good off the boot.
It did, didn't it?
I liked it a lot.
Nightcliff 7:10:52, St Mary's 8:11:59. 17 minutes played in the fourth quarter.
7 points in it.
With the old Stevie J, really did the old banana kick we used to do in my days.
Yeah, went off the left.
No more.
So Vallejo with the kick out. Smith, great
again.
mark there. Good contested mark.
It's almost been the difference today, those just marks on that 50-metre zone, just getting his side out of trouble. He's been brilliant at that today.
So Smith goes long down the line, looking for Raph Clark. Ball punched over the line on the centre wing on the outer side.
Just back to Ryan Smith, that's so valuable, Whilst it's not one of those big marks inside forward 50, it's one of those just pressure relieving marks. The ball doesn't go to ground, it gets scrappy, give Nightcliff a chance to come back inside forward 50. It gives the chance a team to flood forward, and he's done about 5 or 6 of those today, and it's had a great influence on the game.
So Smith like ragdolled there.
Good mark by the
there.
skipper, Nathan Brown.
Nathan Brown's playing on Morris Jr., which is an interesting matchup as Nathan Brown sends it back inside 50. Jules Lockwood flies. Good spin out of trouble there by Nick Yarron. He gets the ball over the top to Forrester.
Probably wasn't 15, but it'll play on. Good hands there. I think that's Nick Yarron on the far side. That son is... Oh, might be Smith Thompson, sorry.
So Smith Thompson with the kick to Brown and Morris Jr. Morris with the punch, although it's straight down the throat of Forrester again. So Forrester looking to change direction.
Yeah, Coombs has spread wide and hard. Just will put it to that space.
Nice kick there from Coombs.
Eric Kinthari with the chance.
Kinthari's got Walker on the deck. Umpire says holding the pill, pal. Good effort there from Kinthari.
He did have a little bit of an opportunity there. It was pretty close, but I'm not surprised to see that one call. It was a bit of I think he had an opportunity, dragged it in, and then pretended to try and get it out. So, big moment here. Looks like it's around about that 50-metre mark. Not sure if Kinthari will have that distance on him, especially at the angle, but...
Good opportunity just to take, 30 seconds off the clock, isn't it, Timmy?
Yeah, late in the game, everyone's getting pretty tired. Just you give your middies a chance to have a rest.
Kinthari sets sail for home, doesn't quite have a distance, and the ball's rushed through for a behind for St Mary's.
Not going to have a huge influence on that game, that behind. It's 10 points at the moment. Nightcliff are going to have to kick 2 goals, you would think. Bricknell with a lovely mark there.
61-51, St Mary's way. Nearly 20 minutes played. You would think there's not too much time going. That has to be holding the pill. Well done there to Mikey Coombs. He's had an absolute blinder today. his pressure. Eric Kantari has sort of stuck the ball up a little bit, but his pressure forward too has been absolutely extraordinary for St Mary's, as Coombs is also wasting a bit of time off the clock. Umpire says, hurry up, pal. Coombs puts it back inside 50 for St Mary's. Ball on the deck. Cheek on the deck. Raf Clark. Nice
Great
little handball out to
Cheek's
Cheek.
been great in this fourth quarter too.
Morris Jr. Could have been whacked high. And we're out of bounds. Going to have a boundary throw in the forward flank for St Mary's. They're 61, Nightcliff 51. Nearly 21 minutes played in the final quarter.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, because obviously we've had 22, 23-minute quarters so far this game. So it'll be interesting to see how long this fourth does go for. Hasn't been a lot of added on. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see, because as we mentioned before, they're going to need 2 goals to get them over the line. So they'll definitely need one very quickly, and then hope they've got enough time to bring it back down again.
Yeah, St Mary's have now got a loose play in defence there. Givalasia has just pushed himself back there just to try and stop any forward thrusts.
Smith with the tap out. Nightcliff certainly trying to get as many players around the ball as they can. Cheek gets his hands on it again. Very well done by him. Scrapping around in that St Mary's forward 50. Might be Jack Musgrove, who's
That
down
is
back
Musgrove.
now. Just fumbling around
Raf
with
Clark
it.
gets the ball out. Really scrappy here in the forward line for St Mary's, although the ball pops out. I think that was Lockwood with the clearing kick. And we're going to have another boundary throw in.
Definitely at the wrong end of the field for the Tigers if they want to get this win at home. Great crowd here today, so well done to the Nightcliff faithful and the St Mary's faithful as well, coming out today and supporting community footy.
Community footy.
Yeah, so it's yeah, great to see. And all
Ball
those
inside 50 for St Mary's. Well, it's all Nightcliff back there.
Good grab there from Kane Riley.
Plays on quickly. This is what they've needed to do.
So it was where I thought Kane Riley should have been all game. He's just great from that sort of situation. Hasn't
White
been there
got
enough.
the ball screaming inside 50. Can he keep him in the game? Shot on goal. Umpire doesn't move. It's a goal.
Great goal.
We've got game on here at Nightcliff Oval. St Mary's 61. Nightcliff 57, 22 minutes played in the last quarter,
And they
Jake.
are roaring here at Tigerland up on the balcony. I absolutely love it. Great goal there from Paddy White.
It's good play from
But
Holt
again,
Fitz
Kane
here when
Riley
we get to it.
started this.
Sorry,
Kane
you're
Riley
right.
started it, put it on the boot, got it up the middle. Great work there, and as you mentioned, Holt Fitz
Holt
did
Fitz
brilliantly
with this
well
kick
as well.
inside to Paddy White.
Paddy
and then
White had so much time and so much room. Forrester did well to actually put some pressure on him because he didn't have anyone on him for a while, but Paddy White's come up big again. He kicked a good one in the first quarter, and then
Back underway in the middle. Smith with the tap down. Next goal wins, you would think, here at Nightcliff Oval. Ball bobbles out. Smith with the tackle on Lockwood. Shannon Rioli off the deck. Big swing and a miss there from Smith Thompson. Here we go. Nightcliff are on the charge.
Coco Nicky's been great in this fourth quarter. Cam Eilert
The
led.
kick on. Holt Fitz drops the mark. Ball in dispute and the ball out of bounds. Geez, you thought that was a good opportunity to Holt Fitz going forward, didn't you?
They're at the right end of the ground, Nightcliff. They can make this happen. You're going to look for the likes. Cam Eilert's actually sitting in the goal square, which is interesting. I thought he might get a little bit more around the ball in this situation.
So the tap down. Smith does well. Handball over the top.
Well done by Mendy there.
All St Mary's down here. Risky kick. And it's paid a mark. Great mark too there to Musgrove.
He's done some
with
good
the
things
pressure
this quarter,
on.
Musgrove. Nicholas Mendy did beautifully there under pressure. Just didn't panic and got the ball out.
So
towards the
Raf
wing.
Clark flies. Ball goes out of bounds. Does it? No. Morris Jr. keeps it in. Probably shouldn't have. Play on. Handball out here. Here's Patrick White, the man that's keeping him in the game. He gets a handball over the top. Nightcliff just trying to rush the ball forward. Here's little Eric Kantari.
Does well.
He gets the ball away. Yaron gets taken. Umpire says play on. Nightcliff fans do not like it. Here go Nightcliff. Although we've got a free kick coming back to it. No, play on, says the umpire.
Interesting.
We're in all sorts here.
Shannon
Shannon Rioli on the Spurs to Liddy.
Well,
Liddy goes over the top. No, it's smothered.
Wow.
Raf
Is that
Clark
the skipper?
with the handball. He gets the kick away now. There's players all by themselves out here on the outer side.
There's players spent absolutely
McMurray goes through Patrick White's legs. It's a scrap on the ground.
It's a one-on-one game of AFL footy at the moment.
Going off at Nightcliff. Good contest here.
Well, 25 minutes in, so it's definitely our longest quarter of the game as well. Nightcliff need to get their hands on the ball and get it to the other end of the field, but St Mary's doing a great job of keeping it into this forward 50. Jack Musgrove chucks it on the right boot. It's going to be down to a bounce. It goes the wrong way for him, but
Liddy with the kick.
Can he do it?
Oh, he's missed it. So you think if Nightcliff have got a chance, this is their best one.
It's okay for Nightcliff. The margin only 5 points. They can win it with a goal. They're going to have to go end to end. You would think there can't be long on this clock.
So the big kick straight down the middle. Smith standing there for St Mary's. He punches it forward. They could be
They've got numbers here.
Holtfitz on the burst.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can he do it against his former club? He falls over. Goodness gracious me.
He puts it together.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Can you believe it?
Finish against his own club. He was down on the deck. Holtfitz. I don't even know what to say. I'm losing my voice. What a moment here at Nightcliff Oval. This is absolutely unbelievable.
Just great to see Liam Holtfitz gets the ball here, just takes the game on. You see them trying to chase behind there, just can't keep up with him. That third bounce just doesn't quite get there. Goes in deep.
He falls. Oh,
Cam Island nearly has his head ripped off. And how's that kick? Off one step, unbalanced, and it just sails straight through the middle. Unbelievable
big
scenes
games,
here.
big players stand up. We've seen it a few times today, and there's none better than Cam Island, Nichols medalist, Thunder legend, and then also a St Mary's legend. And oh, that has to hurt up against his former club. He'll absolutely love it. The Nightcliff faithful love it. But there's still time on this clock, and St Mary's have the ball through Coombs. They only need a point to tie it. They would obviously rather a major.
So ball in forward 50, Raph Clark gets hassled out of it. Nice clearing kick there from Nightcliff, although it looks like it's out of bounds on the full, is it? So St Mary's can reload here.
Coco Nicky down there.
Josh Cheek with the kick, inside 50 for St Mary's. You'd think the siren is too far. Smith in a great position. He doesn't quite get to him. Handball out the back. Coombs with the kick, smothered.
Oh,
Mendy with the handball. Umpire says throwing. Nightcliff.
That could
on absolute fire here.
Goodness gracious, what a game this has been. What a fourth quarter this has been.
1 point in it.
Nightcliff are going to take as much possible time.
It's 28 minutes played. I can't believe it as the kick goes outside.
Wasn't quite a grab.
And we go!
What a game, ladies and gentlemen. Nightcliff at home with an outstanding win over St Mary's. St Mary's will be heartbroken. Obviously, as we can hear the Tigers faithful singing in the background, Cameron Island, the story here, up against his former club, kicking one in the dying minutes to get a 1 point win. Boys, you won't see a game much better than that.
Cammy Island, he was great. He wasn't up to his old best that we know, Cammy Island. But that last quarter and that last goal that he kicked was just absolutely extraordinary, wasn't it, Tim?
Yeah, he just worked so hard. He kicked 2 goals for the game. He set up that second to last goal there, and just, I don't think St Mary's, they were in front the whole game from the first kick of the day. I think they probably led the game, Nightcliff, for the last minute maybe. But that's all that matters, the score at the end.
Yeah, led the entire game, and that is just one of the best finishes I've seen in a long, long time. Absolutely fantastic game. Well done to Nightcliff. Well done to the Nightcliff fans getting out and supporting suburban footy, as we've been calling it. Unfortunately, bad luck to Raph Clark and the St Mary's in their 100th game, but the Tigers are absolutely pumped here at Nightcliff Oval. That'll do us here today. Absolutely fantastic game. I hope you can join us next week. So Nightcliff 9-9-63, St Mary's 8-14-62.